Hey everybody, how's it going? We're starting out on this screen today. Hi, how's it going? Very, very special day today, isn't it? Oh my god, I've been waiting on this for... You don't even understand how long. You don't even understand how long I've been waiting for this. So, let me just... okay, first of all, there might be some new people here that are just mainly figure collectors that like to follow what Arma Bianca does in like other various avenues of what they've done. So just in case there's someone new here, hi, I'm Ike Eveland. I'm a virtual novelist from NIJISANJI Ian's 4th Wave Luxium. How's it going? Hopefully we can all get along well together. And to move on, hi Ike Eveland. Hello Banzoyaka. Fancy seeing you here. So to give you a little bit of like a story about what this about how this journey started, I actually got news that this was happening very early on, just like maybe just like half a year into like being a liver, and I was so over the moon hearing about it, and sitting on it and having to be quiet has been the most agonizing thing in the world, because as a figure collector I was jumping out of my seat when I got the news about this. And I don't think that it was supposed to be announced as early as it was, but because there was a funny little mishap where Kagami Sacho was, who is also having a collaboration with Arma Bianca, was talking about like how that, oh, like Ike's getting a figure too, and at that point I just kind of went, ooh, was he supposed to say that? So that's when we announced my figure as well, and it's been a while since then. It's been a while since then. I know that a lot of people, including myself, have been like walking back and forth wondering, oh, is it gonna happen? But it's here! It's finally here! We can finally talk about it, and you'll actually get to see what it looks like. You'll get to see... There's actually two versions. We have prepared two versions. I've been told that there's two versions prepared. One is a prototype, and the other one is the colored version. So I believe we're gonna be looking at the colored version today, so fun stuff. Fun stuff. This is gonna be relatively relaxed. This is gonna be not very sort of like two versions. I don't know how different. Like one, I think is just a prototype. I don't think that's the one's gonna be for sale. I could be wrong about that, but I'm fairly sure that it's not. The colored version is the main one. That's the main dish, the meat and potatoes of this stream. And I was gonna say we're gonna be a little bit sort of laid back this stream. It's not gonna be like a whole bunch of, you know, the regular PR stuff. We're just gonna be looking at figures. We're gonna be looking at the figure. We're gonna be talking about it. We're gonna be looking at some of the highlights, having fun like that. I'm gonna be talking to you guys. You guys might be able to tell me about like, oh, are you guys figure collector yourselves? How long have you been doing it? How do you display your stuff? Do you usually buy just one, or do you buy three? You know, because one for display, one to keep in the packaging, and one to lend to friends. That is the figure collecting way. At least it used to be back in the day. I don't know if it's that's the case anymore. There's a lot of things that I thought was rites of passages that were pure culture of the community, and then people will just tell me, Ike, I'm in that community and we haven't been doing that for years. You need to get with the times, my dude. Bulk buyer for life. Lend your friend? Exactly. Because you need to tell your friends how amazing something is. That's how you do things, whether it's like with games or figures or plushies or anything. If you're really passionate about something, then you get one to keep in mint condition, one for yourself, and one to lend to friends. Because that one doesn't have to stay in good condition. Your own personal one and the one that stays sealed, those are the ones that stay mint condition. At least that's how I do things. I'm very well aware that it's very expensive to be doing things this way, but that's how I do things. Not recommending anything by any stretch of the imagination, just so we're on the same page here. All right, without further ado, what do you guys say we start having a look at some little pictures, perhaps? Does that sound like it could be a fun time? Any color drop the garage kit and my life is yours. I love that meme so much. Okay, without further ado, let's hop over to this page where I have things set up. We're gonna be doing this a little bit like debut style. Oh, I'm a little bit to the right. Let me do that real quick. There we go. Sorry about that. Let me put on some BGM. I cannot hear the BGM. I know it's there. I know it's there, but why can I not hear you? There we go. Okay. swapping around the BGM a little bit. Haven't heard this BGM in a while, right? A little bit of nostalgia for you. The PowerPoint for the figure, exactly. I have a little bit of a presentation prepared. This was prepared by staff. I looked it over, so I'm mainly just gonna be looking at the pictures here, giving a little bit of commentary, and I know that there are some notes that have been put on some of the pictures that we're gonna be reading as well that staff have provided for us. Nostalgia sniffle, oh no. Thank you, Angel, for the super chat, by the way, as well as Wyla, thank you so much. You can take my wallet. Arma Bianca, release the figurine, and my wallet is yours. I'm so excited. I need to... I'm running out of space in my figure cabinets, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have 2 of those, like, IKEA display cases, the ones that are glass on all sides. That's mainly because I used to store all of my figurines on a shelf, and that shelf got dusty. Don't get me wrong, that shelf looked impeccable. It had so much cool stuff on it, but it got dusty. It got hecka dusty. It got so freaking dusty. So I had a can of compressed air that I would sometimes spray on the figurines just to like get them looking a little bit cleaner whenever I was wiping the shelf off. But if you get a display case, then you don't have to clean your figures nearly as often. You're running out of space. Give me all your figurines right now. Never. They're mine. Okie dokie. Mr. E has IKEA product. What do you think? Who do you take me for? It's ya boy. Okie dokie. Let's have a look. Figure introduction. Let me just look at my cheat sheet so I know what's coming up next, so I can set the mood appropriately. There we go. Okay. Drum roll, please. Okay. Who's ready to see the figure? Who's ready to see Ike Eveland's figure in the flesh? Get excited. Who's ready? Me, 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 me. There we go. It's not moo, moo, moo anymore. It's me, me, me. All right. Oh, I'm nervous. Why am I so nervous? This is a big deal. This is a big deal for me. Me! Thank you, Haka. That gives me the strength to do this. All right. First look at my very own figurine. We have seen a couple of other things, like in the past couple of weeks, but this time it's your boy's turn. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, I'm nervous. 1. There it is. That's how it's gonna look. We have plenty of photos, various close-ups. So that's how it's going to look. Damn, boy. Thank you. What do you guys think? Doesn't it look cool? I can't believe what it is that I'm looking at. Not even gonna lie. The heels. The heels. Look at that. It's me. It's your boy. I have my book, my pen, and everything. Legs for days. I have long leggies, but I am still standing at a respectable 173 centimeters without heels. I don't see the pen. Oh, don't worry. We'll have a close-up later. We'll be able to see things. But yeah, that's how it's gonna look. It's as you can see, it's still being reviewed. So there might be some additions, some little tweaks here and there, but by and large, this is it. This is me. You can now add a 3-dimensional me to your shelf, to your collection, to your shrine. Is that our boy? It's... That's me. Let's have a couple of more looks, shall we? There's quite a few. Quite a few. Ooh, look at that. Look at my little, like, brushes flowing in the wind. I don't really know. What would you call those? Do you call them brushes? I've actually never, like, questioned. Tassels? Can we take off your heels? I don't think that there's anything that you can take off. What you see is what you get. That's me. For any sort of like specifics or details, I would only refer you to Arma Bianca themselves. They know better than I do. Tassels? Yeah, isn't that what they're called? Yeah, tassels. Slay King. Thank you, Wyla. Yeah, look at me. Look at me. Just trotting about with my heels, with my book, with my pen. Wearing a somewhat calm, gentle expression. I guess I'm very... Maybe this isn't near debut Ike. Debut Ike was a lot more sort of prime, proper, just a little bit. I'm just here to do my job. I'm trying to do my very best in whatever it is that I'm doing. And as long as I'm having fun and people are coming along, then yeah, that's all I could really ask for as a novelist. That's kind of what it reminds me of, as opposed to the current very, very loud, energetic metal screamy boy that you all have come to know. But yeah, let's have another look. Here is the backside. Very flowy cape going on here. You can even see my little chain. My chain got included. I was so happy about that. When I saw the chain included, I was like, yes! Because the chain does actually come in handy. If you can believe it, you know, as a spectacled individual, there are times where I need to be a little bit more active, but I also need to see. And that's where the chain comes in handy, because these things have a tendency to leave your face if you're a little bit too agile. Figurine is so cute, thank you! I'm so glad. I agree, it's very, very cute. It's so pretty, so flowy. The flowy boy at your service. Oh, how do I read this? 綺麗な立ち姿だ。ありがとうございます。僕もそう思います。すごく嬉しいです。いや、ずっと前から、なんかフィギュアとかすごくなんか好きだったので、いろんな、小さい頃からいろんなフィギュアを買ったんですので、今日の、自分のフィギュアのお披露目、これお披露目なのかな？自分のフィギュアのお披露目、すごくいつかなんか夢が叶えた。これは夢です。僕、小さい頃からの夢です。すごく嬉しいです。本当に嬉しいです。I'm so happy today. 突然の日本語、本当に申し訳ないです。正直には、日本語の能力はあんまり高くないので、何かが間違ったら本当に申し訳ございませんでした。大体、この配信の部分は英語で、でも、もし、Twitter でいろんな通訳できる人がたくさんいますので、もし何かがわからないことがあったら、ぜひぜひ、Twitter の、通訳できる人のアカウント、ぜひチェックしてみてください。はい。日本語上手。いやいや、そんなことないです。そんなことないです。でも、ありがとうございます。Hi, let's return to English. I was just saying that the main part of this stream is going to be in English, but if there's anything that the Japanese viewers do not understand, there are interpreters on Twitter, so like if there's anything that you want to check there, you can check those accounts out. So thank you so much. Let's continue. There's on the side, you can see the tassels more now. You can see the tassels. They're flowing in the wind. Flowy boy. We will hold you gently in our palms. I somehow have a hard time believing that. I've seen the ways that you guys hold me, especially the pape. You are not known for holding me gently. You're not known for holding me gently. But this thing, please hold it gently. Be careful with it. That's your imagination? I don't think so. What's the scale? 1.73 centimeters? That would have been funny, but no. This is an 8th scale figurine, I believe. So I think that some people have already done the math. So if you want to know how big this thing is, then just take 173 centimeters plus heels and divide it by 8, and there you go. There you go. フィギュアがおめでとう。日本語助かるんだよ。ありがとうございます、金也子さん。Thank you. Let's see. I think there's more. Okay, ready for some close-ups? It's time for close-ups. And I think now we're gonna be able to see the pen a little bit. So, let's check the next one. Woo! There you go. I don't think that maybe there isn't a pen. Would you look at that? Maybe it's just like a suggestion of a pen. Or maybe the pen will come later. Like, it is being reviewed after all. A pen is a very, very delicate item. I know that certain figures actually arrive with certain parts that you just sort of had to attach yourself. So you can decide yourself if you want them to be holding something, or if you want to be empty-handed. The fishnets. That's my gloves. That's my gloves right there. Hold on. Let me see if I can... oh god. Let me get my gloves on display. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Real. It's actually real. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Oh god, I almost reset myself too. Look very, very silly there. Like so. Okay, there we go. Fingers indeed. What do you guys think? What kind of book am I looking at? Is it something I've written myself? Is it something that I am reading on my own time? What do you think? What's in the book, Ike? Tell us what's in the book. You never know what is in my second outfit. Fan fiction? Why you gotta do me like that? Now why you gotta do me like that? Come on. Maze? No, Maze doesn't look like that. Maze is a different book. Maze is a different book entirely. We're here to talk about the figure today, not the book that I'm holding in my hand, what may or may not be inside it. And as for as for the book of Maze, we'll have that for another time. Let's look at another one. A little bit close up on the back, you can see my earrings! My earrings were indeed included. They are there. They are there and shiny as they ever were. You can even see a little bit of the texture on my shirt there. You can see some of the wrinkles. And because indeed, I do indeed wear a shirt underneath it here. You can actually have a little bit of a look at it. And if I will stop spinning for a little bit and not having my head chopped off, we can actually, if I slide over here a little bit, I can actually show the people that don't know that, yes, indeed, this is just a cape. This is what I look like underneath. I'm a tiny boy. I'm very small. This is what my sweater looks like, my shirt, my suspenders and everything. And it was even included the attention to detail. The attention to detail is, delicious. Is the hair detachable? No, I don't believe there's any detachable parts. The hair gradient is amazing. I know, that's one thing that I'm really, really, really impressed by. Because I've been told by a lot of people that, Ike, I love you, but your hair is a headache. I don't know what color it is. It's just a mysterious gradient. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never really questioned it until people started pointing it out. So if you have any questions regarding the gradient, then the only person with answers for you is probably TCB Sensei. But it does actually capture the gradient, going from like a little grayish green to the highlight to the little sort of pinkish tint before the blue tips. It all got included. And you can even see, like, usually frizzy hair is a little bit tricky to capture in modeling, but they actually did a pretty good job. Look at that. My frizzy hair. My frizzy hair all accounted for. It's called Ike Blue. You know what? If hair salons actually started doing that and went like, oh, you want the Ike Blue? I got you, fam. Say no less. It's not frizzy, it's floofy. Floofy, okay. Might be. 髪のグレーデーションも綺麗。僕もそう思います。すごく綺麗になりました。このフィギュア。Turned out super, super, super beautiful. All right, let's have a look at the next one. Now I think we're gonna get the money shot. I think this is the money shot. Boom. There he is. Can I mimic this pose? I'm curious. Let me put my cape back on. Can I mimic this? I'm a little bit curious. Hold on. Let me actually check if I can do this. Let me do this. Let me just sneak away a little bit. Do this like so. Okay, let me cook. Okay, there I am. Okay. My feet are cut off, but that's okay. Let's see. Let's get my feet back. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so can I mimic this pose? Is he doing this? Is this close enough? Maybe I should, you know what I should do? Maybe I should, I have an idea. I can do this instead. Ooh, Gotta be careful there. There we go. This could be a little bit better. Okay. Is this it? Am I getting it? Sorry, I'm being very silly right now. I'm being a silly boy. All right, let's fix me. Let's reset me. Let's reset me to factory proportions. Okay, over here, and then we go like so, and we go over here. There we go. That's a bit better. Sorry, I couldn't help the silliness. But yeah, look at that. The eye detail is there too. You can see my buttons on my cape. Everything is accounted for. The tassels, the gems, the buttons, the suspenders, the belt, everything. It's, by and large, ya boy. Lots of exercise today. Yeah, lots of exercise. I had to run around quite a bit. So you're telling me it's gloves and not scales on your hands? Dang it, you found out. Yeah, it was never scales. I'm sorry to have deceived you. It was indeed gloves. It's you! Yeah, it's me, Ike. Very beautiful paint job. The hair is so good. Yeah, the paint job is immaculate. The hair especially. The hair must have been such a challenge to get right. But they did it. They did it. So, out of curiosity, do you have a specific place for ya boy? If you decide to get this figurine of yours truly, where would you keep it? I'm curious. Obviously, I have my figure store, not figure storage, but my display cabinet. But where do you guys keep them? The bed? Bed? Next to Miku? Bed? You guys keep figures on your bed? It's not a plushie. Jail? Please do not put me in jail. On top of my PC? That's cool. Oh, you know what I just realized? Okay. I don't know how many of you guys are like super gamers, but I know that certain gamers with their like really cool rigs with the sort of glass that shows the inside of the PC, usually they're white PCs to sort of make it easier to see. They have really cute like figurines inside of their PC sometimes. So maybe if there's anybody that's a big gamer, like maybe I can be a gamer figurine. I could be your gamer figurine. I will bless your graphics card. I will bless your graphics card with extra FPS so that you get that W in whatever game that you're playing. No, you'll melt. Okay, if your PC is very warm and it turns out to be a microwave, then please don't do that. Only do it for aesthetic purposes. Only do that for aesthetic purposes. Please and thank you. What is the writing on your book? You'll have to get the figurine to find out. The frames, like the frames. It's okay. I'll give you the frames. As long as you put me somewhere near the computer, I will bless it. I will bless it. You know that sort of that joke that you should leave like a bunch of I forget where it originates from. That you should leave a bunch of things around your computer overnight if you want to fix it. I think they used to be green. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. It's sort of a joke over in Asia. I'm not entirely sure what it is. It's not rice. It was something else. It was something very specific. Okay, let's see what's up next. Let's have a look what's up next. Okay, so Mue on the pages. Mue would be funny on the pages. That would be a fun Easter egg. But we actually have something a little bit special. We have something a little bit special that is coming up. Because, you know, this is a big deal. It's a big deal. Sponsor with Arma Bianca, figure of yours truly. We have a free gift. Surprise, surprise. Would you have a look at that? Now, what could that be, I wonder? What do you guys think? What could it be? What could it be? One must wonder indeed. And that is, well, as you guys know, sometimes with figures, the figures have to come from something, you know? They have to, like, come from the mind of a creator. Sometimes that's the sculptor themselves. And sometimes the origin is a little bit different. Now, I wasn't available for a photo shoot when this was needed, so I couldn't show up to be the model reference, so instead, we decided to have an illustration. So, introducing the free gift! Ta-da! Would you look at that? We have a postcard with an illustration inspired by the very same pose that is featured on the actual figurine itself. Would you look at that? I'm so happy. Look how pretty that is. I think it captures me really, really well. And would you look at that? There is no pen. I guess that's just my pose. It's an imaginary pen. Maybe I'm just writing with my mind, because a lot of the novels that end up not seeing the light of day, aren't always ending up as manuscripts. Sometimes they stay inside my noggin. Very, very beautiful illustration. The pen were the friends that we made along the way. Invisible pen. The pen is just... It's implied. It's implied in your head. And if anything, that's just a really pretty pose. I always like when there's a little bit of dexterity going on with people. Whenever there's an illustration that has a little bit of dexterity going on, it's so wonderful. It adds a little bit of dynamics to the actual pose itself. So there is the little special gift. A postcard featuring this gorgeous illustration. So if that is something that you want to, snag as well, there you go. That's something very much for you. Moving on. Ya boy gotta stand somewhere. I don't know if you guys noticed, but hopping back a few slides. I feel like I'm in class again. You see that this little stand is clear. It looks very nice, don't get me wrong. I have nothing against clear stands. Nothing against them at all. But we thought we would snazz things up a little bit. So, we got our very own figure stand. And if you are familiar with the sort of design elements that tend to be prevalent with things involving me, you can just look at my scarf. It should seem rather familiar to you. Look at that. Looks very, very nice. White and gold. I think those are very suitable colors for myself and the figurine. It goes together very, very nicely. And also, all of Luxium was sort of meant to be sort of like light and prince-like. So here we go. Gold and white. Does it come as a set with your figurine? I believe that it does. It should come with the figurine. So if you buy the figurine, you should be getting this stand along with it, and you should be able to plop me down on it. Osareda, yeah, it's so stylish. Hold on, I gotta clear my sinuses real quick. Shut up and take my money. Jesus. So pretty. Royal Flash. Please don't remind me of Royal Flash. We leave that joke all the way back in 2022, please. Luxium is Luxium. Royal Flash is an alternate timeline where things were much, much gloomier and darker. And we ended up not sounding that way. Okay, so moving on from the actual stand. Like I said, we had a little bit of commentary from that staff has prepared on some of the slides that I thought we would have a look at, do a little bit of commentary on, and read together. So let's have a look-see at that. There we go. Boom! Here we go. A little bit of information here. The price is going to be 18,000 yen, including tax. So I think that that's a pretty reasonable point for me, personally. Usually, a lot of the figurines that I buy are around this price range. I very much enjoy 8th and 7th scale figures. Occasionally, I'll indulge myself in a 4th scale, but I don't have a lot of room for those. So, considering that I am very reasonably sized at an 8th scale, I think that this is pretty neat. The pre-orders are starting on September 3rd. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Isn't that today? That's today, baby! Would you look at that? And my timing is peak, because if you will look at the time, the pre-orders are open right freaking now. They are, like, for 2 minutes, they have been open. So, TikTok, if you want to snag yours, it's been 2 minutes. Hurry up. So I've actually prepared so that you can just go into the description and yoink that. really quick. I don't know if it's fully available as of yet, but at least the landing page should have been prepared. So if you just have a look in the description, you should be able to find the purchase link there. And even if things aren't fully up and running yet, the landing page should still be there. That is how I understand it anyways. Look at that. Look how official that sounds looks with that little banner, Ike Eveland 8th scale figure. Doesn't feel real. Jag är punk, det är lugnt, ingen fara. Om du inte har pengar just nu, det är ingen fara. Det är bara att spara ihop genom att jobba eller spara ihop studiebidrag, veckopeng eller jobba deltid eller vad du nu gör. Sorry about the Swedish. I just saw the Swedish comments. I decided to answer it. Ikinari Sweden go moshi desu. Sorry. But yeah, that's where those things are. It's available for pre-order right now unless something is still in the works. And next up, we have the focus points. Like I was talking about, these are the points that were prepared for that sort of were to be focused on. We can look at, we'll read them, we'll discuss them. And first up, let's have a look at this right here. The prototype. Okay, so we put a lot of effort into maintaining the cool and cuteness of Ike's pose, and it came out with the pose as of right now. Cool and cute. What do you guys think? Does that describe me well? Do you... I don't really know if I would call myself cool or cute, but maybe you guys feel differently. Yes. Overwhelming yes, it seems. Well, glad you all are on the same page. And I think... Do you think the pose captures that feel? I kind of think that it does. It feels a little bit weird saying that about myself, obviously, but I kind of... You know, if you were gonna do cool and cute... I think this is it. I think they nailed it. Because you got that sort of cool mystique with the pose and the holding of the book because you don't know what's in the book. That's a little bit cool. And then cute just because, I mean, look at my head. Clearly I was rushing out of bed this morning. Oh, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. That's so kind of you. Can the glasses be removed? I don't think that they can, unfortunately. I do not think so. If I'm wrong, then I'll let you guys know, but as of right now, I think that they cannot. I can remove my glasses. Will that we can meet halfway. Will he be, does this make you happy? Even that the figure can't be blind. I can be blind for you. I'll be blind for you whenever you want. Cool figure. I'm gonna take it. Gimme. Hope you're doing well. Mega excited for you. Thank you so much. All right, let's look at the next one. Here we go. We put a lot of effort into making the facial parts look very natural, so that there's a sense of cuteness within the coolness by adjusting the glasses, hair, and eyes, and the looking direction. Oh, maybe you can adjust certain things. Maybe you can adjust certain things, or maybe they're talking specifically about the perspective. Because that's another thing that you gotta keep in mind with figurines. A lot of the time they are designed to be looked at from a specific direction, you know, the artist's original intent and everything. But there's a lot of unexpected things that can happen occasionally just by changing the actual, you know, the facing direction of it. If you want to act a little bit like a cinematographer, you can take a picture of it at different angles and see if that changes the feel. Maybe taking a picture from the right or looking at it from the right so that the bangs obscure my eyes a little bit will make me seem even more mysterious. Or if you look from the left, where you can see more of my eyes through the bangs, even if I'm looking in a different direction, I might look a little bit cute and absent-minded. Like, if I put my glasses back on, I might be just like, maybe I'm distracted by something else. Like that. Tsundere vibes? Oh, come on, why would you call me that? What? Who are you calling at tsundere? I can't believe this. Okie dokie. Here we go. Oh, that was for the prototype, actually. This was regarding the actual prototype. So this is a little bit of sort of behind-the-scenes story. Here, for the colored version, regarding the expression, we spent a lot of time finding the best one by checking through repeated trials and errors. Yeah, there were a few color tests, I believe, until they find the ones that managed to capture the colors and the feel of everything just right. But in the end, I think they got it pretty darn close. Look at that. Look at the gold. The gold is shiny. The white is very, very like matte, beautiful, flowy. You can see my shirt underneath. There's nice texture on it. You can see There's immaculate detail on the fishnet gloves. And of course, they included the chain as well, which is such an awesome detail. Because I was fully expecting to think that, you know what, the chain, that's very, very fine detail for this scale. But they just said, no, we're Arma Bianca, baby. We'll get that chain for you. The shirt, yeah. You can see the shirt very, very clearly there. The shirt of ya boy. Look at that. It's pretty dead on with all the buttons and everything. And let's hop back there. Put that back on. I look so tiny without my cape. There we go. Okay. I love the details so much. Me too. You know, the devil is in the details, as they always say. I always say that for anything, whether it be movies, music, games, anything. If there's an impeccable attention to detail, I'm usually there for it. I'm very much appreciative of that, and seeing it being reflected in my own figurine makes me so happy. I'm trying not to cry. I'm trying to not get emotional. I have so many freaking figurines lined up, and to be able to add this alongside them, it feels like I made it. It feels like I'm up there with the big boys. It feels like a... You know, it is a big deal. It doesn't feel like a big deal. It is a big deal. The figure of Ike looks so cool. Thank you. I'm so glad. That was the intent that they went for. Let's check the next one. There we go. We made many attempts to tone the hair color, comparing it with Ike's from various angles in order to achieve the perfect color. And mission accomplished. I don't know what kind of things you looked at. Usually I'm facing forward during live streams. You must have paid attention during the 3D debut. You nailed it. Don't you guys think they nailed it? Look, come on. They even got the little, like, red tint in the gradient. Such attention to detail. It's accurate, absolutely. It's perf, agreed. The cape makes you look very elegant. You think I don't look elegant otherwise? You don't think I'm an elegant boy? Do I need the cape to be flowy and elegant? It's so accurate, it's crazy. I know, I'm surprised myself, honestly. The cape is defying gravity. It's not defying gravity. It's called wind. You are elegant. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Your hashtag will be full of your figures in the future, Ike, and that is entirely fine with me. If you want to fire up the Ike Eveland hashtag and post pictures of the figure, pictures of the figure, bars, like pictures of the figure, pictures of the figure. Sorry, that I just thought for a moment my brain just went AO bars. But there's no wind in my figure cabinet. Use your imagination. Imagination. Come on, imagination is important, right? You guys know that. Imagination, it's all about an imagination. Especially, like, with figurines. It's like, whenever you're waiting for them, when you placed an order and they're getting shipped to you, when they finally arrive, what do we say? They came home. That's what we say. They came home. Don't you want me to come home? Don't you want your Ike to come home? Alrighty. Let's see, next up. Time to buy a fan model? You mean you're gonna put a fan in front of me just so it looks like the cape is actually blowing? So you're just gonna have a fan in front of me constantly just going... Anything for aesthetics. Just make sure that I don't get a facelift while doing it. Okay, next up. What do we got here? Boom. Ike's clothing structures have unique and detailed designs, so we did our best to make the clothing as precise as possible while maintaining the overall dashing expression. Dashing? Me? I know that this is like... I mean, I'm the one doing the sponsor. I'm the one who's supposed to say nice things. Why am I getting complimented here? Oh. Dashing boy. Okay. Thank you. And yeah, my clothes are very detailed. It's a little bit of a nightmare for some people, cosplayers especially, to recreate. It's not the most simple thing in the world. There's a lot of stuff going on. But it's also so visually pleasing because TCB Mama is a god. A god walking among us mortal men. Whereas Arma Bianca was able to expertly capture almost all of that detail in this model at such a small scale too. Very dashing, very princely if you ask me. Thanks. Thanks. Prince-like. I like that because, not because I want to be like, oh my god, Ike wants to be seen as a prince, what a diva. No, it's just because I want to be able to complete the assignment. Staff told me I was supposed to be prince-like, so I'm trying. I just want to do my job right. Very demure, very mindful. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. I don't know what demure means. I've seen it around a lot, but I don't know what it means. I assume that it's a compliment. Okie dokie, let me just look at what I have over here real quick. And I think we have one more slide here. One more slide? Yeah, here we go. Here's the last one of the figure. We hope that you enjoy it from all angles. There are many more details to be found. Ayo? More details? Maybe a lot of things are being left ambiguous so that there could be surprises when it actually arrives. Maybe there will be some surprises. Maybe you'll figure out that certain things look a certain way, or if you look really closely, you might see details that aren't present in any of the actual press photos. Maybe. Or I could just be talking out of my ass and have no idea what I'm talking about. Secret? The book? Maybe it's the book. Maybe it is. Perhaps. Who's to say? What a tease. You want to know the funny part? The reason I'm saying this is because I don't know either. I'm gonna be just as surprised as you guys. I'm gonna be like DJ Mustard when he heard Not Like Us for the first time. He's gonna be like, wait, what? That's my beat. The moment that the figure shows up, I'm like, wait, it does this? This is me. What? I didn't know it did this. I'm so incredibly excited. I cannot believe it's finally here. I'm like bouncing up and down in my chair. I cannot believe that it's actually happening. I'm trying to figure out like where I'm gonna put myself. That's such a weird sentence to say. Where am I gonna put myself in my figurine cabinet? Because I have a lot of figurines of characters I admire, and I actually have a lot of VTuber figurines, if you can believe it or not. So I'm not entirely sure where to put myself. I wanna place myself in a position that would be considered polite. I don't know why I'm thinking about this. It's just figures, Ike, but it feels like I should be respectful. There's quite a lot of places where I can put this. Maybe this is the chance that I have, or like this is the calling that I should have to start collecting a bunch of figurines from NIJISANJI, so I can make a whole collection of Niji figures. And there amongst them all will be ya boy. In his all his flowy, pretty blue goldy glory. Oh, I see that you guys have plenty of ideas where you're planning to put me. I'm looking forward to the photos, don't get me wrong. But admittedly, I am dreading it a little bit. I am a little bit nervous. I feel like I'm more within my right to be a little bit nervous, to be a little bit apprehensive. I'm gonna drop you in a pool. Please don't do that. That might damage the figure. If you're gonna do any sort of like photo shoots involving water, do so at your own risk. Exercise, you know, common sense, regular caution with the figurine, so that it retains its factory quality, all its glory, all its gloss, doesn't get scratched, dusty, and everything. You know what? Here's how I'll say it. Take care of little Ike in the same way that you would want me to take care of you. Think of it like that. Same way the Quildren want to be cared for. Care about little Ike the same way. Because I have little Quildren all over the place. You only have a couple of tiny Ikes. You have a couple of tiny chibi Ikes, but now you'll have one that actually looks like me. Proportions and everything. Just pocket size. So be nice to me, take care of me, all that good stuff. I was gonna make you a custom jail. Well, if you make it and... I guess that is a term of endearment. In a weird sort of way, but yeah. I guess that is a term of endearment when you think about it. So if that's where you want to put me, who am I to tell you no? If you want to put me in jail, then go right ahead. There's a lot of places you can put me. You can make various sets. You could even put me on a green screen. That way you don't actually have to take me anywhere. Then you can just do everything in post. Do all the editing and photoshopping, and then put me wherever you want. But if you're gonna do that, go hard with it. Like, do a proper miniature jail cell. Set up lights and everything. Like, treat it as a movie set. Make it look sick. Dramatic lighting and ring light and edge light and all that stuff. The jail emotes? Yeah, the jail emotes are always come out when we're talking about this. Aiki wants special treatment. Is that so wrong? I'm joking. Please don't give me special treatment. I'm just a dude at the end of the day. What if we make a mini death trap for him? As long as you don't put him in danger. Don't hurt him. Wonder if the Ike figurine will come alive when children are not looking. Like that one animation movie. Oh yeah, so you might hear from the other side of your door just like, they're coming! And then all of a sudden you just hear... tiny tippy taps. And then you'll see like, did that figure move a little bit? Did it move a little bit? Preparing strawberries and Coke? Why not jail? Hey, strawberries and Coke is fine. I like that. That's yummy. It's alive. Okay, it's not alive. Disclaimer. Not alive. This is not a living figurine. Not one of those. The energy drinks are gone. Yes. If you find your fridge to be completely cleared out at any point, then I will take all of the blame. I will gladly take all of that blame because it was me. It was me. But yeah, there's plenty of things that you can put me next to. You can put me next to some of my friends because they're also getting figurines of various types. You can put me next to senpais. You can put me next to characters I like. You can make sets for me. You can put me in situations that you want to see me in. There's a bunch of things that you can do. Your imagination is the only limit here. The only thing that you can't do, probably can't do stop motion animation with me. I don't have that level of flexibility. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Aiku-sama no tame ni enadori jobi stokimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. Kasha shimasu. Thank you so much. Thank you for preparing the energy drinks for me. I need that. I don't sleep enough. But you could do it with the mini puppet, but the proportions here. Look, I'm actually as like slender and cool and dashing like you guys said. As always. Don't get me wrong, I love pudgy round Ike as well, but it's nice to have you know, my actual shape a little bit represented. To be honest, I'll put you in my favorite items. What? Out of curiosity, what are your favorite items? I hope they're nice things. Let's hop back a little bit. Let's look at some of these. Just for a little bit. Once again, beautiful illustration. Absolutely gorgeous. I can't believe this is actually happening. It's so clean. Look at the creases. Look at the creases in the actual cape. Like, the fact that they included that, they could have made that smooth. That could have been completely smooth, and I would have been happy. That could have been the smoothest thing ever, and just... I would have been so incredibly happy, but no. Look at that. It's flowy, it has creases. You can see that the actual tassels are bending. Even though I'm not striking a dynamic pose, the way that they sculpted the clothing makes it feel a lot more dynamic, if that makes sense. And see, this is what they were talking about. See, this looks a lot more cool. A lot more of the cool vibe. Because now it's like you got the bangs covering like one eye. it's a little bit harder to see, and because the eyes are, you know, the mirror into the soul, it's kind of difficult. What is he thinking? Is he happy? Is he not happy? What's going on inside his mind? Whereas, if we take something from this angle, then you can see more of what's going on, and you see that, oh, okay, there he is. He actually doesn't look that scary. He actually looks kind of kind. Maybe I should talk to him. I think that they absolutely managed to capture that. You guys see what I'm getting at, right? We're all on the same page here. I'm not coping, right? I see that some of you have ideas of what's going on inside my mind. But we actually have one last thing that I was asked to do, and please bear with me. I'm going to do my best here. I'm going to do my best. But I cannot guarantee that you will see any sort of peak coming out of this. Because, number one, I'm not an artiste by any stretch of the imagination. Number two, I don't have a tablet. I only got a mouse. And number three, so they asked me for a little bit of drawing time. Icasso coming out. I'm pulling out the Icasso. So, what we are going to do here is actually, let's hide this real quick. One moment. I have so much going on here that it's difficult to find things. Like so. Okay, do that. Get you guys over there. If you will just have a little bit of patience with me. I do apologize. There we go. Alright, and first up, we got this. So, welcome to Photoshop. This is Photoshop. So, if I were to sort of change things around here, like so, do that, ba-da-ba-da, you should be able to see that I can indeed draw here. So, we have drawing time. I need to draw something on two of these things. Like, we need to figure something out. What do you guys think are... I should have known. Not After Effects, not After Effects. You can draw in After Effects, but I'm not very good at it. So what do you guys want? A crown? You guys want a crown? Okay, sure. I can do a crown. Let's do a silly little crown. Crown seems like fun. It looks like I'm a birthday boy at some sort of establishment. Do I have a fill tool? Or do I have to like fill this out manually like the good old days of DeviantArt speed paints? Okay, paint bucket tool. Oh, that's rough. Okay, it's okay. I'll add another layer underneath, bring back the brush, and look at this. I'm gonna clean this right up. Clean this right up. Works like a charm. In fact, yeah, there we go. Professional artiste. Yeah, you know what? You know what I'll even do? You know what I'll even do? I'm gonna duplicate the background. And let's bring in another tool here. There we go. Because, you know, when you're actually wearing a hat, then you can't see your hair. So there we go. A little bit better. Neat. I got my crown. Can we add sparkles? Sure, we can add some sparkles. Let's see. Sparkle. That's not the best sparkle in the world. There we go. That's one sparkle. Let's do two sparkles. Keep in mind, I'm doing this with a mouse. Sparkle, sparkle. Very Prince-like. Very Prince-like. Okay, I think this is pretty good. This is pretty good for the first one, but we're not done! We are not done. We have one more. Boom. This one over here. And I think you guys know what's going on this one. I think you guys know what is going on this one. I don't think this is going to be too much of a mystery. Oh my god, he's so close. Yeah. Let's find a suitable brush size. Here we go. Okay, let's see if I remember how to do this. Okay. I'm looking at chat for reference. Okay, so is it like... is it... No. I have an idea. Let's be an actual artiste about this. An actual artiste. So let's do this. Let's make a new layer first. New layer. Let's change the color to white. Fill it. Nice. So we have that to work with. Go back to our brush. And then we do this. Okay, ready? Let's go. Like so. I think that's how you do it. If anything, the crappier it looks, the better. Gotta make sure to leave a few gaps, otherwise it wouldn't be right. Like so. Slowly but surely getting there. Let's see. And what I know that Mue is supposed to look really like scuffed, but there's a certain vibe that you gotta get right. Otherwise, it doesn't feel right. Why am I so picky about Mue? I guess I just want my son to feel represented. That's pretty Mue. That's a pretty good Mue. Okay, let's convert that to a smart object. Bring this back. There we go. Got Mue right there. Is there... Okay, we can add one last thing. We can add one last thing. We can add one more doodle. One more doodle we can add. Before we gotta say our goodbyes. Quildren? Of course. Quildren. Let's put you guys over here. Okay, so here's how I want to draw you guys. I usually draw you guys like this. Just with a purposefully shaky hand to make it look like a floof. Like so. Make it a little bit smaller. Whoopsie-daisy. Didn't mean to do that. Let's see. Like so. Let's see if I remember how to do the quill. This is a lot easier on my iPad. Maybe I can do this. Like so. That's not so bad. That's pretty good. That's not so bad, actually. Let's see, do I have the lasso tool? Yes, I do. Let's get you guys there. And move you over there. Cute. I will submit this to Arma Bianca because they did ask me to do this. So here's what we got. We got that one, and we got this one. Kawaii, arigato. Yeah, kochira koso arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you guys so much for giving me ideas to draw. I was actually kind of dreading this, but it ended up being a lot more fun than I anticipated. Okay, cool. That means that we are officially kind of done over here. So let's hop back over here. Here we go. Oh, I'm tiny. Let me get a little bit closer. Like so. Hi. Hello. New Quildren Tusker. But yeah, I think that concludes the early sneak peek of the figure. Thank you all so much for coming. I, once again, cannot believe how excited I am. I cannot believe that this is happening. I'm so incredibly happy, and I can't wait for it to get released. As I said again, there is a whatchamacallit, the pre-orders are open right now. They should be, at least. At the very least, they should have the landing page ready for it. And before I say goodbye, I have a little something to tell you guys. because obviously we had talked already about that it's ready for pre-order, or should be. The landing page is ready. Look in the description if you're looking for it. And if you're patient and diligent, there might be a surprise tomorrow on the purchase page. That's all I'll say about that. Without further ado, thank you all so much for coming today. Oh, Camellia, thanks for stopping by. Congrats, Ike and Mini. I hope everyone loves it. I hope so too. Thank you so much. With all of that said, thank you all so much for coming. Whether it's morning, day, evening, or night, where you are in the world, I hope that you have a wonderful time. And if you can do just one thing for me today, please be kind to yourself and take care. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Bye-bye. Oh my god, I'm so happy! Mini me!